Welcome back to my channel. This is your boy Raider Joe. This is week 2, Raiders versus Steelers. We're at Pittsburgh. Let's go. So for this week, we thought we're not going to have Yannick, but it appears that we might have him. I don't know how many snaps he's actually going to take, but I know for sure that Cleve Farrell is going to have a bigger role than he did before. He's actually going to be active this game, which I thought he should have been active last game. I guess I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do with him. They definitely need more pass rushers. So if you're not going to have him, you need to sign someone else. I feel like Cleve Farrell as I don't know, they said learn his lesson or learn a valuable lesson or however they worded it. It's really bizarre in my mind, but they could really use him. He's a hustle player. He just doesn't have that last step. But I really think his hair is going to be on fire. Now, is it going to be good or bad? I don't know yet. Is it going to be reckless or is it going to be controlled? We don't know yet. But the biggest part right now is he's actually going to have the opportunity to shine. I hope he gets that opportunity to do so. Back to the game. The Raiders have a lot to deal with. It's a little bit different than the Ravens situation. The Steelers are almost fully healthy. They have everyone. In a totally different scenario overall. Big Ben's not the same as Lamar Jackson. One's fast, one's really slow. One's hard to take down, one's hard to get to catch in general. Two different styles of quarterback. Big Ben likes to get the ball out of his hands very quickly, likes to take risks down the field. They have Najee Harris, which we haven't seen too much of. They kind of contained that in the first game, so we don't know what we're really going to get out of that whole scenario. I see the overall attack for the Raiders. Number one priority being for the Raiders is attacking Big Ben, not attacking the wide receivers. There's no one. I mean, they have Chase Claypool. He's going to get his catches. They like to sink Juju Smith-Schuster under the coverage, basically. Where our linebackers are most vulnerable in that cover 3 system, they like to sink Juju underneath, catching that crossing route. They're going to be using that a lot, so be prepared to either get abused by that or for us to be fully aware of that. That's all for Big Ben to kind of judge if they can throw one deep or they can just throw one underneath. That's what they do. And the Steelers overall, they're just a well-organized organization. This is what they do. They're never really up or low. Their quarterback situation depends on Big Ben over the last decade. And they've had 2 coaches since I've pretty much been alive. So they're just, this is what they are. This is what they do. Business as usual. We can't go into this game doing more than we usually do. We got to run the ball more. We're not going to have Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is out for this game, and I guess rightfully so. He was banged up the last game, and he was also sick. Now he's just banged up with that turf toe. You have Ragas. He was activated to the active roster. And you have Drake. Drake is not your every down running back. You need someone else to carry that load, to carry those hits. He's not going to be doing what Josh Jacobs does. That's why Ragas is there. And Jalen Richard, I don't know if he's even playing or not, but he's still not that type of back. He's more so like Drake. So you want someone to be able to carry the ball consistently. Why he hasn't had the opportunity, I think, is because of his actual pass pickup protection. And that's why he hasn't gotten the opportunities that he actually needs to establish a running game so the passing game can come a little bit better. You're going to have Mika Fitzpatrick back there, and that's one of the dangerous threats. They have an upcoming star and cornerback as well, so you got to watch out for him. Derek Carr doesn't seem to care too much about your favorite corner or your favorite safety. He's going to throw directly at him, and he doesn't care. He thinks he can beat him with his arm, and good for him. He played, pretty freaking good the last game. Hopefully he comes out and does the same thing a little bit more consistently, especially from start to finish. But I'll take what I can get. But in reality is we can't be testing Mika Fitzpatrick. He likes to bird people. He likes to take it back to the house. They're going to be all over Waller with Mika Fitzpatrick, to be honest with you. So someone else needs to step up either it be the running game or another wide receiver. Edwards was showing, later on in that game, fourth quarter / overtime, that he could be that next guy. And Ruggs was showing a little bit here and there. And I don't know if that was the comfortability with Carr or not. I don't know, but we will see in time. But reality is that we can't throw it to Waller 19 times a game, 20 times a game, and expect them not to do creative things to get the interceptions or whatever have you. But, they can't get the Waller 19, 20 times and do this consistently through the next 16 games. It's kind of crazy to think about if you get that many targets. That was just targets alone. He had 10 catches but 20 targets, or 19 targets, I'm sorry. That's a little bit insane for one game for one wide receiver / tight end, whatever you want to call him. He's the man, but damn. Gerald McCoy is out for the season. That was like one of our pivot points to the defensive tackle. The more consistent defensive tackle we've been looking for years, of course, goes down in the first game for the whole year. So who's going to step up? Well, we got Quentin Jefferson. We spent money on him. We got Solomon Thomas. They need to step up. They need to do their job. We have talent there. Can they collectively be what Gerald McCoy was? I know they do different types of defensive tackles. I got 3 tackles. They need to step up and generate pressure through the middle, because that's where they're most vulnerable there. So we all like Gerald McCoy. Shoot, I did too, but I don't see him in the NFL, and I don't see us picking him up again because of his age and then his injury history. I mean, he was out last year for the season. Now he's out for the season again. So that's another concerning thing. But someone else, we picked up a lot of defensive tackles not to get production. We need our production out of these guys to get what we need. And Darius Philon would be another one of those guys that I believe can step in for Gerald McCoy and take over that role. Now that Richie Incognito is out, we're going to need another guard to step up once again. Now, Gruden likes to scheme these blocks, and this is going back to Ragas. Is he going to be able to pick up the rush? There's going to be heavy dosage of having having the fullback back there. You're going to see more tight ends. So you're going to see your third tight end at Derek Carrier. You're going to see him in the game picking up the slack for those guards. You need that max protection. And hopefully Gruden can make some plays out of it by deception. But in reality is that we need some guys to step up. I mean, Incognito is going to be out for who knows how long. And just looking at the future, we can't keep on dealing with this. We need more consistency. And the NFL is about what have you done for me lately, not what have you done for me. And in reality Incognito was great last year, and now he's just been injured. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We need to move on from guys that, I think he was, he's in his late 30s here. Now, that's not old to me, but when you're playing the NFL, that's kind of old in general. So I think you need to move on and look towards the future. I'm going to go over a couple of things that I think is the keys to success to win this football game if I'm the Raiders and I'm trying to beat the Steelers. The number one thing is that the Steelers are going to come after you with TJ Watt. That's 100%. TJ Watt's coming off the edge. He's stunting all game long. He's looping around. He's coming after you. That's what they do. They get him after you. They move up Mika Fitzpatrick to get that pick six. They have other players. They have Hayward. They have other players that can actually disrupt this game. And we have to be better and not let ourselves disrupt this game as well. We're on the road. We have to play our type of football and don't let the Pittsburgh Steelers dictate the game like they want to. They've done it to a lot of people over the years, and they're going to try to do it again. You can't let them dictate the game, and they're not going to quit. They just business as usual. This is what they do. If you look at their interviews, it's always business as usual. They're never too high, never too low. They're like, hey, we're just going to work again. I need basically the offensive line to hold their own. It opens the playbook up more, and Pittsburgh Steelers are not just depending on blitzing you. They used excuses for the Ravens about how their injuries were piling up, and that's why we beat the Ravens. I want them to go out, the offensive line, to go out and dominate Pittsburgh and show that it wasn't a fluke. And a lot of these guys are getting some heat. The center, Andre James, got some heat about a couple of missed blocks. And reality is, if they look at the plays a little bit better, he did a great job. He's going to have rookie mistakes because essentially he's a rookie as a starter. So I need the offensive line to basically take over the game as far as being one of the reasons why the Raiders win this game. The Raiders are not going to win this game by leaving in the fullback. The Raiders are not going to win this game by keeping in both the tight ends and then hoping a wide receiver gets open. Your main priority here is for Darren Waller to get open, and then letting Ruggs and Edwards, benefit off of Waller getting open, and also Renfro. So these guys benefit off of Waller getting double covered. We're not going to benefit if we have too many people holding in to try to protect Derek Carr, and that's what they're going to hit us with at the beginning is nothing but blitzing, nothing but stunting, nothing but trying to confuse our offensive line to get them to do what they want us to do. So look for that early on. They're going to try to confuse, they're going to try to disrupt and get Derek Carr flustered, because that was kind of the old him. I've seen that change a little bit with Derek, where he doesn't get flustered as much. Kansas City did it a lot. Kansas City would fluster Derek and he would kind of get out of his game after Del Rio left. Then Derek Carr learned how to handle those situations better, and he started dealing with Gruden rather than Del Rio, the defensive coach. He had an offensive coach showing him, hey, when this happens, you need to brush it off. The third key to victory that I see for the Raiders actually winning this game would be Max Crosby being Max Crosby last Monday night. If he does what he did last Monday night, and then you have Yannick creating havoc, you had the defense doing what they did last time, just getting better, a little bit better, just a tiny bit, and fixing the little, the little things, and Max just going crazy. I believe Max is just going to take over the game. And I feel like they're going to try to double up on him. So whoever is on the opposite side needs to step up. Whoever's in the inside needs to step up. I'd like to see some interceptions. We got 2 fumbles last time. I'd like to see some interceptions, some takeaways. Steelers are not good with the takeaways. They're used to taking the ball away and flustering you and holding on to the ball and never letting you have it back. We can't continue to score 30 and have the opposition score 28. I mean, I'd love to score more points and them to score less. It can't always happen like that, I understand. But in reality is that the more takeaways we get on a team like the Steelers, the Ravens, what so have you, Kansas City Chiefs, the more flustered they're going to be, because they got the same persona as the media has with the Raiders, is that they shouldn't be doing this to us. So when you do it to a good team like Pittsburgh, they get flustered. Oh man, the Raiders are doing this against us, and that gets them, flustered, and they don't know what to do with themselves. So contain them. Make them be one-dimensional. They're not used to the Raiders doing that to them. Exciting to see if Clinton Dix gets on the field and they kind of bring up Jonathan Abram inside the box of play as another linebacker, and then see if they kind of interchange with that role along with Divine Diablo to see if he gets on the field as well. I like seeing the rookies play. I believe that the defense is going to ball out overall. I'm just kind of curious what they're going to do with the Chase Claypool situation. I know Ben and Chase Claypool are going to try to go at it a lot, so I don't know if Ben is more focused on his tight end to kind of test out that situation with the linebackers. We'll see what's going on, but in reality I think the end game is Derek Carr is on a roll. He's hot this year. You don't go against what's hot. The defense is making him, it's giving him more life. So I think they have the hot hand and they win this game, not by much. I'd say 7 at most, but I still think the Raiders win this game. I'm being biased again, and they're actually going to Pittsburgh, but this is a Raiders channel, so what am I supposed to do? I thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please comment below. Let me know that you liked and subscribed. Tell me what you think is going to happen on Sunday. And I'm sure we're all ready to watch the game. So I see you later, Raider Nation. I'm out.